Well, hello. We meet again. Well, tonight we're doing a few things that I have deemed corrected. Yes, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a little correction. But not to worry, it isn't a big correction. As I get down to the very end of my transparent white. And that, coupled with some not cerulean blue. What am I saying? Oh, I left the other room. One moment, please.
Today, we find ourselves the target of punitive tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel under pretext of a 232 national security provision. Let me be clear. These tariffs are totally unacceptable. For 150 years, Canada has been the United States' most steadfast ally. Boy, I really think that this is proven enough where Canada is taking countermeasures, and they will take effect on the 1st of July. Canada intends to impose tariffs against imports of steel, aluminum, and other products from the United States, representing the total value of 2017 Canadian exports affected by the U.S. measures. That is $16.6 billion. We are imposing dollar-for-dollar tariffs for every dollar levied against Canadians by the U.S. Freedom of all, the American move illegal.
No, this is not there. That means that it is here. I have an area where I teach and an area where my studio is, which is right here. Well, I have two studios actually, so it's simply that it's in two places. So what can one say except we apologize. Da, 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 da. I decided to paint this out here. These two little folds.
I'm not breaking my promise at all. We have a dollar figure right beside every single item. It's very clear. We're going to balance. We're the only party that's fiscally responsible.
There we go. A little bit of something over here. I don't know what exactly it is.
Greens, liberals, NDP, or Tories that have come out with numbers showing a balanced budget, a return to balance. So if you're a voter and that's a concern of yours, and I think it is for a lot of Ontarians, you're probably quite disappointed this election. If the Tories don't find those sufficiently, they would have the highest deficit. But if they do, as you said, there would be a lower. Meanwhile, it don't happen. Millions of voter cards are still being delivered to the voters for the election. Canada opposed to bringing mechanized protest failures not to start the vote.
There we go.
For delivery by the end of this decade, Crown Corporation says additional resources have been brought in supporting the last batch of voter cards annually.
There we go. Aha.
I do maintain music chose me rather than me it. It is true, I grew up in a rural community in the middle of Manitoba. And my father was a livestock dealer, and I spent a lot of time in my grandparents' farm. And like so many young
There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I have to throw the light in from here. And the only way to do that is to the only way to do that is to put the light in. And I noticed I was a little bit too aggressive over here with my greens. And I will correct that right now.
Bookstores have them. Drugstores have them. So why should you shop for headphones at Bay Blue Radio? Because great sound is our specialty, and here you get to try them on. For personal listening, the Bose Quiet Comfort noise canceling headphones tune in the music while you tune out the world. For form and function, the German-engineered Sennheiser Momentum series includes in-ear, over-ear, and wireless Bluetooth models. For premium design, check out our collections.
I will admit, I'm hearing on the radio here that Sennheiser German headphones are unbelievable. I use them all the time, and they are something to behold. And I saw an odd thing up here. Skin comes into a point, which I don't understand why I did that. And while I do understand, I didn't see it. There we go. A little light there. A little light up there. Very aggressive. They've been calling themselves new for so long that I think that they're going to die of old age and still be calling themselves. Well, I'm not going to complain too loud though, because it's probably only the one that left in Toronto. All the rest is just crap. You know, I always say to myself, I'll never turn into my father. Turn that crap down. Well, I did. I most certainly did turn into my father. The minute I heard rap, I said, oh my God, God help me. I don't know what he was trying to portray. Some As I say, I've done a few changes here, so bear with me.
Good evening and welcome to Overnight Music. I'm Catherine Cardio. Happy to join you on this Tuesday evening. And look at that.
Gosh, it's Thursday already. Oh, can I believe it? It's Thursday. Where did the week go? Well, I just blinked and it was Monday. No, it's Thursday. And I finally completed the portrait of pink epoxy. I'm so happy. I think I was getting like Da Vinci, like obsessed with it. So I put my mind to it and went, no, we're going to do this and we're going to finish it off. And I did. And I'm very happy with the result. It was a most difficult face. As she said herself, high cheekbones and a square jaw. Jesus. Just one of those point pictures that I think if she'd been sitting for me, it wouldn't have been such a difficult thing to do. But I made so many changes in it regarding makeup and things like that. It turned into a much more difficult portrait than it would have been. But that's my fault. I mean, I didn't have to do all that stuff. But I wanted to give her a Vermeer look. In order to do that, I had to do those changes. But again, you know, if you don't challenge yourself, you won't believe the challenge I just gave myself. I made the decision yesterday. Man, oh man, oh man. It's going to be tough to paint, but I'm going to do it. And no, I'm not talking about the Da Vinci I'm doing next. It's a surprise. Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't know why it has to be a surprise. So, I'm going to do the Charge of the Light Brigade. Not the whole painting, but a section of it. And I've got it all planned out and how I'm going to do it. I'm beginning preliminary work on it. So after Da Vinci, that will be the next piece that I'm going to be doing. So if you're a church-going person, you can start praying for me now. Because boy, oh boy, is it going to be hard to do. Especially in acrylic. But that's okay. Because it's a real action piece, so I need to really make sure the action is correct. But I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest with you, because it's got horses, and if you're not familiar with it, you can Google the Charge of the Light Brigade and see what I'm talking about. Fun, fun, fun. There we go. A little bit light showing through here. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Da. Da, da, da. Sorry for the humming. A little bit of, I believe it's Strauss. It should be, if it isn't. There we go. And I have to go in there and do that too. Son of a gun. Okay. I should have done this at the time, but I didn't. So I'll put one coat on. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. So I'm going to leave that for now, let it dry. Now, glaze the living hell out of it. Da, 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 da. I don't know why I didn't do it at the time. I was doing that. There. Okay. That part is done. Done like dinner. Now, I have decided, ooh, looks like rain. The light is coming through just beautifully. Beautifully. So I'm putting a little bit of yellow, cad yellow, medium. And I'm going to mix it with some transparent white. Thank God I have more. There we go. And I'm going to use what's left of this up here, I suppose. And immediately I've used too much, wouldn't you know it? mixing a little bit of retarder. I said a little bit. Jesus H. Christ.
Something special in the garden. Join the Riverwood Conservancy to kick off summer. Only June 8th at 6:30 p.m. in the beautiful park of Riverwood. Enjoy a fabulous evening.
So I want some light to come through here.
Tickets are selling fast. Go to the Riverwood Conservancy.org or call 905-279-5878. Sponsored by Folks Don't Have Money. Cars and others for Humble Mutual. New possible at 6.3 FM.
National Common Museum Health Institute, drugs, pain, and heart health. Did you know that natural calm is now proven more absorbable? In a clinical study comparing natural calm to other leading magnesium brands, natural calm proved to significantly increase magnesium levels. Get yours today where natural health products are sold.
That's what I need. More magnesium. Yeah, that's the ticket. Need more magnesium. How do I know that? You told me on the radio.
Your money keeps working while you do whatever the heck you want. Ride an envelope, ride a jet ski, ride an envelope, riding a jet ski. Go on one of those silent retreats like the one I'm on right now. And they put one type of interest, your money working.
And I was in Belize, and the guy had just bought a jet ski,
Terms and conditions apply.
and he'd never ever ridden one before. And he went out into the bay, and he had just two little girls with him, who were smartly, if I remember correctly, they had life vests on and stuff like that. Anyway, he hit a wave the wrong way, and he flew off the jet ski. And he drowned. And they got the two little girls. They were okay. But it took them about 3 days to find the body, or what was left of it, after the crocodiles had finished with them. And yes, I mean crocodiles. There are crocodiles in Belize. There are no alligators.
The following is a paid announcement. Andrea Horvath and the MVP are longtime friends of public sector unions. She said she won't use back-to-work legislation, ever. So what happens when our key services are in a strike position? Electricity, education, public transit, even garbage collection. Two things. Strike after never-ending strike, and the unions get everything they want, costing all of us more. Can we really afford a government that cares more about public sector unions than all of us? Authorized by the Ontario Liberal Party.
You like my scooter?
Da, 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 da.
You pay income taxes. Ever heard of healthrefund.com? Healthrefund.com. For folks like you who have difficulty walking and paying
Da.
a large tax refund.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I'm gonna put a glazing fluid in here in order to put this mixture together. And because I'm so far into the picture, I normally wouldn't do this, because it will give it a bit of a gloss. But it's almost done, so I'm not really worried about it, so to speak.
Estimated $60 million. Would you stay inside and hide from the rain? Or would you head to the coast of Spain? Would you let winter get you down? Or would you head to Australia and turn things around? Would Friday be spent surfing the net? Or would you make it a great day you'd never forget? Dream bigger. This Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $60 million, plus an estimated 50 additional prizes of $1 million max million.
Something I never do is buy lotto tickets. Ever. I know for a guy who glazes, that's kind of stupid, isn't it? It sounds stupid anyway. Like, oh, you said you glaze non-stop. I do, but I don't use glazing medium. So it isn't quite as stupid as it sounds, I suppose. Well, I mean, it sounds stupid, but it isn't quite as stupid. And my friend Scott came through big time with a request from, not a request, something I'm just doing for a friend. Some old records from World War One. On somebody in the Royal Flying Corps, which is kind of cool. And tomorrow when I see him, I think he'll be very, very happy and very surprised. Because Scott is excellent at genealogy stuff. I have to let this dry a bit before I get another coat on it. I do want a little bit up here too, where the light is hit.
And Jen Culver, a lovely two-gold ornament to the spring. Here's the all this sort of street to fishing village and the area where they cultivate the culinary tradition, honey and mussels. Near them catered to a fabulous hunt involving birds harvested that day, and it highlighted one of the keys to its founding season.
Da, 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 da. Okay, this is going to have to dry for a few minutes. And I don't mean a few weeks, I mean a few minutes. Because if I was doing this in oil, I'd now be packing it up and saying, well, we'll see you in a month. And I'm not joking. It is one of the main reasons I have learned how to do this technique with oil, with acrylic. Because time's is short. Shortening, I should say. I mean, nobody knows how much time you got. The point being that I can't be waiting months and months to finish a painting. Are you kidding me? There was a time when I may have, but not anymore. So what I'm going to do now is get all the yellow off this brush. And I'm going to do some more transparent white, and I'm going to use some more glazing fluid. I mean, what the hell not? There we go. And I will glaze in another coat of this over top of an already glazed piece. No. Awesome. That's something I don't like to see. A hair. And shortly, I'm going to start the draperies. I promise you I will. My eternal search for Mini-Me. It doesn't look like I'm going to be successful. No matter where I look, you can't get one. Hey, policeman, let me go.
Hello, I'm Madeline Meister, and I'm inviting you to take a journey with me from today into tomorrow. How I'd love to spend 2 hours with you. Music, poetry, laughter. Tonight, beginning at 11, and taking you into tomorrow on the new classical hour. Hi, I'm Jackie Chiesa, president of William Ashley. Bringing magic every day and every occasion is what we love to do. I'm thrilled to announce the grand opening of our new state-of-the-art flagship store. We've created the perfect stage to showcase 200 of the world's finest brands in tableware, home decor, and gourmet kitchenware. Come by, enjoy a tea or coffee in our lounge, and prepare to be amazed by the all-new William Ashley, 131 North Street West.
William Ashley? There's a name from the past. What's going on? They're making a return? Huh.
Sports nutrition and more, including natural cosmetics and bath products. Plus, they have a nutritionist on site and a 5% discount for seniors every Tuesday and Thursday. Healthy Planet. Live life healthy. 19 locations and growing.
There was a time I had bought a lot from William Ashley.
Dignity Memorial can help you pre-plan your celebration of life, like they help David Rabbit pre-plan his.
I found the Dignity Memorial staff to be very sympathetic, but more important, very creative.
Dignity Memorial, New City.
I didn't actually find a lot of the plan. I started a process because in my case, I'm hoping that a lot of the people that are going to be there haven't been born yet, and of course, my partner's grandchildren.
Pre-plan your funeral with the help of Dignity Memorial and celebrate your life the way you want it to be celebrated.
It's essential that the family has input because I wanted to be
Then I read a story today also about Roseanne Barr or something.
Card membership and the
That she melted down on Twitter.
my plan is to blow past
What part of I drank too much don't you understand?
Dignity Memorial. Life well.
What a dope. I mean, if she wasn't filthy rich, I guess it'd even be more funny, but what a dope. I mean, how dumb can you be?
Doesn't look like much on the outside.
Doesn't cost too much on the inside. The biggest deals on wanted sale.
You're gonna go on Twitter and tell the whole world that people look like monkeys and stuff, and there's no consequences? And think just by saying, oh, it was a joke, it'll go away? I don't think so. In fact, hell, I even know so. Ergo, she was completely booted. Which is okay by me because I never watched her show to begin with. Even back when it was a show, back in the day. Well, the guys I feel kind of sorry for are the actors who reassemble. I mean, Jesus, they can't be happy campers. Gee, Roseanne, thanks for screwing up my career. Makes you wonder, like, God, how dumb can you be? Well, I shouldn't say that either. We have Forrest Trump down south of us, so. And he's a lot more dangerous than Roseanne. Uh-huh. Jesus, what did I do down here? Enough yellow to sink the Titanic. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. So I think we have a light source now. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, Argus, Toli, and Deuces. I enjoy your work. I like your technique and that you're sharing everything. Appreciate it. Ah. Yeah, I never really watched it before. Like, the thing is about it is that it kind of showed a real, what's the word I'm looking for? It just showed a real crassness in society, I know it's there, and I know that. I know it's there. And I know that not everybody lives in mansions and shit like that, like they show in Hollywood, but it just showed a side of society that I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just didn't like it. I think I probably clued into an episode, Argus, one here and there, and the only guy I thought was any good in it was John Goodman, and the actress Laurie Metcalf, I don't know, man. She gave me the willies. I don't know what it was. I mean that seriously. It was like, man, I don't know what it was. I mean, I'm sure she's a nice person, but the look, I don't know. And it was all cliched, like like the rebellious daughter, and oh hell, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. So I never watched it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not. It's not the only show I've never watched. Like, I never saw an episode of Cosby or The Cosby Show or whatever it was. Never saw an episode of that. Just I couldn't be bothered, frankly. I don't know. Didn't appeal to me.
from Romeo and Juliet on the new classical at Fairmont. It's played by the daughters of New York. It's not unreal.
But you know, I'm not trying to. There's a lot of those shows that have come and gone, and I've never seen an episode. It doesn't really. Never saw an episode. Sad but true. But there's been so many have come and gone that when I see revival, I go, revival of what? I never watched it the first time. One guy that I used to like his show was Tim Allen. Home something. I used to like watching him. He used to make me laugh. But like everything, you know, they run out of plot, right? I mean, the writers start coming up dry. And I don't really know. Like I used to like the old shows. One of my favorite was Barney Miller. But that's ancient now. I think everybody's dead on the show. That was a long time ago, though. And there's other reasons I watch shows too. Like, I used to watch Welcome Back, Kotter, only because I was absolutely enthralled with his wife. I can't remember her name now, but oh God, she was so cute. Bailey was her name. Oh man, I couldn't get enough of Bailey. And same as WKRP. Lonnie Anderson was in her prime. Oh man, was I jealous of Burt Reynolds? Wow, man, Lonnie. So my reasons for watching a lot of those shows were not really anything but maybe some of the actors in them. And now here we are all these years later, and I've never seen these shows, and people ask me, well, what do you watch? I go, nothing. I don't watch anything. Not on episodic TV. But from what I read, I'm not alone. The cable companies are crying the blues. They're losing subscribers. Well, that doesn't surprise me. And the reason it doesn't surprise me is you feed people crap, they finally figure out it's crap. It's not rocket science. And then you got the major disappointments like the History Channel, and oh God. There should be a law. You can't call yourself a channel unless you actually try at least. I remember one time I caught just a few minutes of this program. It was called Ice Road Truckers. I went, oh my God. It was on the History Channel. I went, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? About these guys delivering shit across the ice in Alaska? Or somewhere out there? I went, oh my God. Then there was guys opening not dumpsters, storage units and stuff. And it was all crap. So I said to myself, self, it is time to give up. And I did. I did. And cut the cord. I still have all those channels, but I don't get them on cable. I get them off of the internet if I want them. They're all there. The trouble is I don't want them. No, thank you. It just kills me. These big companies like Comcast or whatever. What happened? What did we do wrong? Well, when they only want to spend $1.99 on production, these things happen. Like, I don't know how much it cost you to put together Ice Road Truckers, but let me tell you, I don't think it was much. Now, I must admit, I do like some of the series, like Homeland and The Americans and that kind of stuff. I do like watching that stuff. Very well done. They're like 13-hour movies. Da, 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 da. Da. Da, 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 da. Thanks for dropping by, Hargis. It was been a slice. Now, as soon as that dries, I'm going to give it a real nice glaze of Diox purple. Making sure the very edges, the paint's right to the very edge. I don't know why. Some little Freudian problem I've got, I guess. A repressed childhood or something. Or something like that. And I'm not really happy with what happened here.
enjoy Buick with Beethoven, the rondo from a piano sonata in B flat, and then stop to the left hand. Before that, Calvin Coleman with the last rose Fantasia. You are listening to a little light music. I'm Kathleen Tapioca. It is time for our composer of the week.
Please tell me you shouldn't say tapioca.
Different composer and at around about this time.
There ought to be a law. You can't be named after a pudding.
I tell you about their lives, so we get to know them a bit better. This week we are getting to know Haydn and his following of the symphony. Yesterday we heard Haydn infuse his symphonic writing with drama from the farewell symphony.
Please tell me. I'm sure you're a lovely young woman, but jeez, change your name. Tapioca? I must have heard it wrong. Nobody would be called Tapioca. What do you want for dessert? Tapioca. Oh my God, can you imagine?
One of the best markets for his music is in Paris. Only 6 symphonies in the city, and the 42 7 are known as the Paris Symphony. This is where, in my opinion,
Oh, tapioca.
His ability to make something out of nothing. Whole work and some small gesture grows ever more virtuosity.
Okay, so now we're going to go into. Anybody here? I don't know. Okay, now we're going to go into Diox Purple. If I can find it. Where are you? Diox, come here. No, not you. No. No, 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 no. No. There's a thought. I just had another thought, but come on, where are you? Oh. Well, of course you're there. Of course you are, darling. This will give me my darks. I hope. It will. Got a fan on? Like, Jesus. I must. Well, I think it's the lights, to be honest with you. That's what does it. I shall give that a moment or two to dry. And then what I'm going to do, no, I think this is naphthenol, isn't it? Yeah, naphthenol. I want to go into a cad red medium light. Would it be your cad red medium? No? Which I will glaze over the top. How in God's name did that get there? Jesus. No rest for the wicked, I gotta tell you. Unbelievable. I must have been dragging my brush. Because it's dry. Or is it? Shit, it's not dry. Good. Come to daddy. I gotcha. Thought you were dry. Good, 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 good. Saves me a lot of trouble. So I'll clean up these highlights now. Just don't get too whacked on me here. I swear. I know these are a little bright, but they're going to be glazed, so it doesn't really matter. It certainly would be nice if it didn't lump on me. I'm trying to drag, I should say, the white on the brush through the front of the brush, because there's a big hunk of it on the back. So I'm trying to control it that way. And it usually works. It's those people who do toll painting picked up from brushes. It killed me. One time I watched one of those women show how to paint roses or some stupid thing. I don't know. Anyway, every trick she had, she basically got from artists. Oh my God, it was something else to see. Everything. Had a double load of brush, and oh my God, I just about died laughing. Teaching people how to do this. And then I remember one time somebody coming into my gallery, and they had painted mason jars, if you can, painted them. And they were all done with these things. Painted roses on mason jars. Do you think these would sell in your window? So not being an asshole, I kind of said, Well, it's really not the kind of stuff you see in a gallery, you know. Uh, Maybe in a gift store or something might be better for them. I was very polite, you know. After all, you're dealing with the public, you got to be pretty polite. My guess is she had got her nerve up to come in, but and they were nice, but they were all the same. I mean, they're identical. I couldn't believe it. I went, well, how many you got? And she goes, oh, dozens. Oh. And they looked good, except they were all identical. She had got how to make a rose with 3 strokes or something. I don't know, whatever it was. She had literally conquered this. And she painted them on everything. I think she even told me that at the time. I can paint these, you know, on anything. Oh, really? That's good. Fabulous. No, thank you. No, you know, I think about it. I probably took 1 or 2 and did put them in the window of the gallery. I had a little sign that said, you know, miniature commissions available. Miniature, like in figures, you know, I paint those. So I put it there, and by God, somebody came in, and if I remember correctly, yeah, somebody came in and bought both. I went, son of a gun. Who'd have thunk it? I did. They were cheap. I mean, I didn't charge very much. Can't remember right. I even ever told her that I saw them. Because it was like a year and a half, 2 years later. So I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sure I did. If she came in, I would have given it to her. And maybe she thought I just took them out of the window too. That's possible. Anyway, I think they were like $10 each or something. But just shows you. What the hell do I know? But it did take a long time to sell them. A long, long time. When you think how many people actually saw them, to how long it took to sell them, there wasn't a big market, let me tell you.
Need to know more? Arts and events are online anytime. Visit classicalfm.ca or you can call us at 416-367-5353. Proudly supporting Toronto's arts and events. We're the new Classical FM. Where the specials are on the notes, not on you. The new Classical 96.3 FM.
Then there was a gallery just down the road from me. I gotta hand to them. They had a good thing going. They only sold Quebec artists. And they would head down to Quebec. And they would pick up art, literally, for peanuts. A few $100s a painting. And they'd turn around and they'd sell it for like $3,000-4,000. I couldn't believe it. What a great idea they had. And I gotta tell you, I thought about it, but why do I want to go around ripping off artists? You know, the Quebecois scenes, you know, like. Anyway, I decided, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Da, da. But they ended up going into business. And I never found out exactly what happened. But I think, don't quote me now, but I think what happened is a couple of the artists came to Toronto and decided to go out and see the woman selling their art. And they walked in and saw the prices and realized that they were getting had. And with like overnight, they stopped supplying her. I guess they told everybody. I've never been into the Quebecois art scene, but my guess is they all know each other. And boom, there's no more product. If they'd only just been fair with them, they wouldn't have had the problem. That's what I heard anyway. I don't blame them. These are one of the few galleries I recall that never took anything on consignment. They bought it outright, so it was their stock. So I knew what was going on. And when the artist found out, they found out too. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. This is the only downside of acrylics, putting in the background last. You're almost forced to do it, to be honest with you, so. I suppose there's a way to do it, but I haven't discovered it as it works for me, so. Takes a bit of patience, but what can you say? What do you want to do when we grow up, Dad? Well, I want to sit around and watch paint dry. Oh. That's a fine idea. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. Watching paint dry. Out of there. Oh, no. Get out of there. Behave. As soon as that dries on the far side, I'm going to put a little bit of hooker's green over top of it in a glaze. But I'm waiting for this to dry here. It hasn't quite dried yet. It's getting there though. A couple more minutes. Get myself a bottle of pop. I'll be right back.
The top 20 albums we love the most here at the new Classical FM. You'll love too. So, don't miss the classical charts with Mike Duncan. Every Saturday afternoon, 3 to 5, we count down from 20 to 1 on the new Classical FM. Beautiful music for a crazy world.
It's time for us to say goodbye to some of our best-selling collections of the year. I'm Joanna Goodman, owner of Olive Fine Rooms, and June is our famous outlet clearance sale. You'll find great deals and endless peace of mind up to 70% off. just in time for cottage season. Visit a Leaf by Minutes outlet at Young Street and Manor Road on the
I must say, looks like a storm coming up.
That's AULIT by Minutes. Made in China by people who truly care.
Perhaps.
This four-star groundbreaking musical has Toronto critics and audiences cheering. The National Post proclaims, "Come from away has become a genuine classic. It's joyous, foot-stomping, and heartwarming," says the Toronto Star. And the Toronto Sun declares, "The musical cast is superb. Experience Come From Away on stage at the Royal Alexandra Theatre. A new block of flats now on
I have to say, I think they invented Diet Pepsi just for me. I think that's all the thought that went into it. What do you think he'd like? I think he'd like some Diet Pepsi. Damn, that's a good idea. Well, I meant that.
The new Glasgow event is proud to be the official radio sponsor of the 2018 Shaw Festival. The Shaw is everything entertaining world-class theater should be in the beautiful setting of Niagara on the Lake. 14 wonderful plays, including Grand Hotel, The Magician's Nephew, based on the Chronicle of Narnia, and see Sherlock Holmes on stage in The Hound of the Baskervilles. Season runs until October 28th. For tickets and more information, go to shawfest.com or call 1-800-511-SHAW.
Da, 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 da.
I'll have 6 large ice coffee, please.
Sure. How do you take them?
2 black, 2 cream less sweet, and 2 with milk more sweet.
Ooh, someone's thirsty.
It's for the office. I'm this week's CPIPR. What's that? Designated Tim's Life Coffee Runner. Tim Hortons refreshing iced coffee. Made your way with the same drip coffee you love. Try yours today.
What if you won this Friday's Lotto Max jackpot of an estimated $60 million? Would you stay inside and hide from the rain? Or would you head to the coast of Spain? Would you let winter get you down? Or would you head to Australia and turn things around? Would Friday be spent surfing the net?
No, I'd sit around and make up bad poetry.
Dream bigger. This Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated
Something's on there that I don't like, so I gotta get rid of it.
$1 million with max loan.
Off of there, you slime. There. It has now ceased to annoy me. Are we dry? Well, since we're not dry, and I'm waiting for it to dry, I might as well put another coat of gloss on here. Glaze, I should say. No thank you, I don't want to scuba dive.
For conditions, contact your travel agent or transnet.com and dive right into Rollerpace.
You know, I travel so much that if I never travel again, it might be too soon. I am so sick of border guards and assholes asking you to look in your bags. Hearing, well, you know, anybody could be a terrorist. Yeah, right, okay. Like you haven't got right in front of you on my passport exactly when I've been, where I've been, what I brought in, you name it. This is all news, right? So I choose not to indulge them anymore. Let them harass somebody else. And I never smuggled anything, never took anything, never did anything I wasn't supposed to do. And it wears you down. That's the thing. It wasn't like it starts out like that, but over and over and over again. And Mexican customs? No, thank you. No, thank you. Never again. Hope you enjoy Mexico. I won't be there. I mean, Mexico itself, loved it. But anywhere else? Jesus. Especially at the border. Belize was the same. Then you figure out that, a lot of it's crooked. I mean, what they really want is to steal stuff from you. Like the time I went through, this is Canada Customs. Can you believe that? Canada Customs. And they stole my sunglasses. I can't believe it still. I was wondering why the girl looked a little nervous and fussing and doing stuff. I go, what the hell's going on? They think there's something in my bag? Well, look harder. There's nothing there. And it wasn't until I got on the plane. It was daytime. So I went to grab my sunglasses out of my bag. Weren't there. So I said to myself, how can they get out of a zip bag? Then I realized why the fussing. She was stealing my glasses. They were nice sunglasses too, Tom Ford's. I guess she figured she needed them worse than I did. Now the question is, did I report it? No. What for? Just chalk it up to another experience not having to deal with the border. But I was mightily disappointed in Canada Customs, I gotta tell you. Canada Customs were stealing from the I knew something was up at the border, though. Just, you get that feeling that they're fussing too much, or... Now that I realize what it was, she looked nervous. That I'd say, "Hey, where are my sunglasses?" I understood later what happened, and that could have happened. But as soon as I was through, once you're through, you want to get the hell out of there into the lounge, right? And that's exactly what I did. And it wasn't until I was on the plane that I went, "Hey, my sunglasses are gone." Pathetic. I actually thought about writing a letter to the Canada Customs, but I thought, you know what? Who needs to open that can of whoop ass? Because you didn't know, and that was my last flight, so... your name gets out there, got a little asterisk beside it. Just hassle this guy beyond belief. Hassle him. No matter what happens, make sure he's hassled. Who needs it? Not I. So we'll take the red off that and go back up here. Into this. I think I'll just start glazing transparent white now. I think probably I should give a lesson on how to get the most out of your tube. And the only way you learn how to do that is go to art school. Believe me. Art school is a great leveler for artists. Because when you haven't got the money to buy the paint, you make sure you get every drop out of the tube. The only thing I don't do anymore is I don't cut it open and scrape the insides of it. That's about the only thing. Remember the lady, I should say, at the Goodwill store years ago. "Why do you want so many of these pillowcases?" I said, "To paint on." She went, You're painting on pillowcases? I said, yeah. It costs like, you got like 8 of them for $1, which was 8 canvases. That's when the art supplies were really expensive. Comparatively now, they're absolutely dirt cheap compared to what they were years ago. Used to be a guy on Spadina in Toronto called Gwartzman. Geez, you couldn't even walk down the aisle for this crap he had in the store. And a lot of it was crap, but boy, he had some deals. And everybody went there. Everybody. Where are you going? Gwartzman. Oh, can I come? Sure. Why are you going to Gwartzman's? Because it's cheap. Back then he had Chinese imported brushes that were crap, but they were cheap. Mega cheap. Comparatively speaking. Now you got what you paid for, but you know. And guess what? Everybody wanted Klinsky Sable brushes. But who could afford them? Those are the days when you had a brush you kept until it died. I remember I had a big Grumbacher brush. Oh my god. In fact, I had it up until probably not that long ago. I still had it. But it cost a lot of money. But it lasted a long time. But you just didn't have the upfront money, right? You just didn't have it. Nope. Can't do anything about it. Mind you, for the good stuff, you still gotta shell out the dough. Not so much in brushes. Ever since Russia fell, good brushes are easy to get. If you want watercolor brushes, anyway. And I always hated hog's bristle brushes. I always hated them. Just not my style of painting. Lasts a long time. No thank you. Why? I don't like them. Dun, 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 The more ways that over. To get where I want to go. More color than I want normally, but I'm making a correction. I can still see it. So. Hello? Hi. Oh yeah, right. I forgot all about it. I heard. Please, Lord. Well, folks, pokeroos, a little bit more and I'm gonna let this dry overnight. Because I haven't been letting it dry. I've just been painting glazes and color over top of it. Well, it's dry, but it's not as dry as I like it. And I've got the underpainting already in, so it's looking good. Ah! No, 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 no. I don't want you there. Jesus. I want that rich, velvety look, eh? So that's why all those underpainting colors were put in. And why I'm taking them out in places. Since when is CAD red medium not a high coverage color? Jeez. Oh, I'll have to get it in while it dries, I suppose. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Oh, see, all those coats of diox and all that stuff were worth it, see? It's all in the underpainting. Because you just don't get it unless you do it right. Ah, yes. Oh, yes. That's what I'm looking for. Finally. That's what I'm talking about.